The complete works of Swami Vivekananda, Sages of India, Part 5. And what a love! I've told you just now how difficult it is to understand the love of the gopis. They are not wanting fools, even in the midst of us, who cannot understand the marvelous significance of that most marvelous of all episodes. There are, let me repeat, impure fools, even born of our own blood, who try to shirk from that as if from something impure. To them I have only to say, first make yourself pure. And you must remember that he who tells the history of the love of gopis is none other than Shukadev. The historian who records this marvelous love of the gopis is the one who was born pure, the eternally pure Shuka, son of Vaisya. So long as there is selfishness in the heart, so long is the love of God impossible. It is nothing but shopkeeping. I'll give you something, O Lord, and you give me something in return. And says the Lord, if you do not do this, I will take good care of you when you die. I will roast you all the rest of your life, perhaps, and so on. So long as such ideas are in the brain, how can one understand the mad theros of the gopis' love? Oh, for one, oh, kiss of those lips. One who has been kissed by thee, his thirst for thee increases forever, all sorrows vanish, and he forgets love for everything else but for thee and thee alone. I forgets first the love of the gold for gold and name and fame, and for this little trumpery world of ours. Then, only then, you will understand the love of the gopis, too holy to be attempted without giving up everything, too sacred to be understood until the soul has become perfectly pure. People with ideas of sex and of money and of fame bubbling up every now and then in the minute in the heart, daring to criticize and understand the love of the gopis, that is the very essence of the Krishna incarnation. Even the Gita, the great philosophy itself, does not compare with that madness. For it is in the Gita the disciple is taught slowly how to walk towards the goal. But here is the madness of enjoyment, the drunkenness of love, where disciples and teachers and teachings and books and all these have become one. Even the ideas of fear and God and heaven, everything has been thrown away. What remains is the madness of love. It is a forgetfulness of everything, and the lover sees nothing in the world except that Krishna and Krishna alone. When the face of everything becomes Krishna, when his own face looks like Krishna, when his own soul has become tinged with the Krishna color, that was the great Krishna.